Hello and welcome back to another episode of Neonz React. Today we'll be reacting to Why Are Shonen Anime Girl Trash?
Hi there, I'm InaQ. I make anime related content here, and today I
Yes, hello.
wanted to have a talk about some thoughts that I've been having about the writing of women in shonen anime. Specifically, battle shonen. I've been getting up to date with Jujutsu Kaisen recently.
Yes,
love
battle
Nobara,
shonen. Of course,
I love
battle
Maki,
shonen.
and I love Miwa, and I'm just wondering if they will inevitably disappoint me, just like how the My Hero girls disappointed me. I'll touch on that in a bit. To shout out these two creators and their videos. They definitely have some solid points, some points that I agree on, some points I disagree on, and I wanted to add my own points into this discussion of writing women. Battle shonen, a genre that has literally taken over an entire
storm by the
medium
West.
of anime. When you think of anime, a lot of people think of the shonen dad, Dragon Ball. The other half think of shows like Naruto or My Hero Academia.
The big three, also known as the big three.
As an anime fan, when I see these shows, I think, hell yes. But when I look at these shows as a female anime fan, I'm like, oh boy. And while yes, shonen is a demographic geared towards boys,
For young boys.
I myself love a good shonen. Tons of girls love shonen. I love meeting a whole group of characters with a bunch of different personalities. I see these kids train and try to achieve their goals, and I suddenly become a mother overnight. Do you see these children? They're my babies. I also get hype over power scaling. The utter hype and satisfaction to see these kids beat the hell
really
out
amazing.
of each other. To see our favorite characters struggle and then train to earn their victories by the end of an arc. Beautiful. But I just want to talk about how the girls in these shows are treated, how they're written, why it's wrong.
I mean, it's also like a problem in literature, like light novel, web novel, especially Chinese web novel. The treatment of women is absolutely boggles my mind.
Because with how much shonen there is out in the world, I can really only pick out a few that actually have good, well-written females. And most of the time, they're just side characters, and they don't even get talked about anymore. Yes, the new gen shonen are a major improvement. So with this video, I want to figure out where this all started, what's done right, and where are we at now? So I think the best place to start and look at would be the series that launched shonen into the mainstream.
Jujutsu Kaisen, never mind. Dragon Ball, yeah, true.
Aside from the main characters of Goku and Vegeta, we have the token female, Bulma. One of the biggest waifus and shonen girls out there, and she's great.
I wouldn't say that Bulma is like the waifu. I would say Android 18 is the waifu.
Great. What did Bulma bring to the table, and how did they write her? Bulma, I'd say, passes the vibe check. Dragon Ball wouldn't be Dragon Ball without her. She is super useful despite not being able to fight like her male counterparts. She's a genius, and it shows. She invents and creates trackers, time machines that come in clutch to save the day. Capsule Corp is huge in the show, and her personality is also not one-dimensional. Bulma doesn't take shit. She puts Vegeta in his place, especially as a dad. She isn't a damsel in distress. She is there for fan service, but she isn't just there for fan service, which is a plus. She's useful, and you know, for the time, I'm impressed. And now after looking at Bulma, my question is, how did we go from showing the world an iconic character like her to the next generation of women in anime? Second gen shonen. So starting off great with an iconic show like Dragon Ball, we enter a marvelous, amazing time where the biggest shonen ever get released. We got Naruto, ninjas, chakras, the Leaf Village, shonen. We got Bleach, the Bankais, the Soul Society, Zanpakutos, shonen. We got One Piece, the Pirates, Reverse Mountain, Hockey, shonen. A golden time for sure. but for women, debatable. Here we definitely see cliche tropes and damsels in distress, and I look back at these because they're the ones that got me.
I mean, when I like watch anime, that kind of stuff, I don't like recognize, but I only recognize it in novel, maybe because I read it instead of just like consume the media.
Into anime. My small, tiny, 9-year-old ignorant self would see a girl on screen and be like,
Sakura.
she's my favorite. And now looking back, I'm
She's
like,
annoying.
ooh,
Yeah.
not her. No. Naruto, a classic shonen. I'd argue
Classic.
it's the biggest out of the three. Definitely one of my favorites, a core memory. Let's go through the main characters. We got Naruto Uzumaki. The show is named after him. He has the nine-tailed fox inside him, and his goal is to become Hokage. Sasuke Uchiha, the resident sad boy, who is equally as important as the main character, has the Sharingan, and his goal is that he wants to avenge his family. And last
by killing Itachi, his brother.
Not least, we have our token female, Sakura Haruno, a regular girl whose goal is to be with Sasuke. Okay, let's have her only defining characteristic of liking Sasuke taken away. What do we have left? Who is Sakura Haruno? Yeah, she's not as strong or as buffed as the guys on her team, but don't make her just stare at them and cry when things happen. Like, literally, that's all she does. From the first mission and onward, she literally relies on them to do all the work, and I guess when she tries to do something, she fails. They tease us in the story saying that she is capable, which then leads to the biggest disappointment. She literally has lines in the show that say, "This is where I stop hiding behind my friends." And it lasts long enough to where you think that it'll happen, but it doesn't. Like, going back and watching Naruto and knowing that Sakura is a main character, it's a struggle to see her on screen. Like, how do you follow this fight of Gaara versus Rock Lee with this fight? Like, I want Sakura to be good. I really, really do. Sakura is did so dirty, especially because they have a capable girl in this show. She's just a side character, though. Hinata is capable as hell. But the thing is, they write her to the point where she is literally unable to speak. And don't get me wrong, Hinata, waifu material. Especially in Naruto Shippuden. But for Sakura, the main girl, you can't even argue.
For some reason, the female main is worse than the side character one.
That she gets fixed as a character after the time skip. Because, like, look, what does Sakura do when they fight one of the biggest villains in an arc, Pain? She cries and screams for Naruto. Like, do something, please.
For Hinata, she actually try and go help Naruto. And Sakura, she just...
Okay, Bleach and One Piece's females, not as bad as Naruto.
Yeah, Nami, I actually like her. Like, even though after the time skip arc, the fan service is starting to like more and more prevalent, I still like her as a character though.
Like, okay, I'll say Nami is as useful as Bulma. Orihime, I'd say, isn't as bad as Sakura just because they don't tease her ability to be capable as often. But come on. Like, she's really just mostly there to be the damsel in distress. Same with Rukia. Orihime, I'd say, is just tragic because being sensitive, having empathy, being scared is okay. But for some of these moments, be strong too. Move your legs, you're about to die. Like, look at what's happening to your poor man. With Nami, yes, you are the navigator. The boys would be lost at sea without you. But time and time again, these girls just get pushed into the background because once they were at the forefront of the show. Like, another factor with these shows is that the big reveal is that the woman is capable. Like, oh my god, we can rely on her? With Naruto and Sasuke's time skip, we knew that they were capable and they just got cooler. Sakura's reveal is that she's cool now. Referencing Buckwheat's video, the girl saving the day shouldn't be a surprise factor. Now, aside from the big three, a new show came along. Let's talk about Fairy Tail because...
Oh yeah, Fairy Tail. I've watched the whole thing and what can I say? It's just...
This show... is the most frustrating to me.
Yeah.
All the women here are disappointments, maybe except for Mavis. Lucy is the damsel in distress. Her power is literally making other people do the work for her. Some of those people don't even like her half the time. And how am I supposed to take her seriously when she's dressed like a maid or is in a catsuit?
The fan service in it is just embarrassing.
And don't get me started on Urza. She was supposed to be the woman of
Yeah,
this
she was supposed to be the
series.
epic
She was
one.
spoken to be as powerful as the men, a leader. I was so ready to see a woman in combat. And then the characterization in the show just died. Lucy, Wendy, Levi, Juvia didn't really do anything. Juvia was just there as a love interest for Gray. Erza did stuff, I guess, but she did it in a steel thong and metal titty shields. They each really only had one character trait, and mostly all needed to be saved. And then finally, a semblance of faith. We have hit a new modern era of anime. Next Gen Shounen. A new anime released, and it has a great cast of characters, and what? The females are capable? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you the ladies of My Hero Academia, and most specifically, Ochako Uraraka. This girl, immediately from episode 1, is introduced as someone who is helpful, not useless, has her own goals, and even saves the main guy. And don't get me started on the fight with Bakugo. Season 2, I was so hyped to see our girl stand up against him. Like everyone, even me, was very worried for our girl, but no, she ended up actually proving herself as a worthy opponent. Bakugo even acknowledges that. Like, yes, this is all I wanted. My girl in combat dreams are coming true. Because with this only being season 2 and she's doing stuff like that, Uraraka can only get better. Psych! Did I say that she was the token girl of the anime trio in this show? No, actually, she turns into a supporting background character. And this anime trio was actually a bait for this anime trio.
Oh yeah.
But while I do love the characters, I love this show. I don't know if you can see it in frame, but that's a My Hero poster. I really like the show. It's just I'm looking for someone who can, you know, represent up there. I want it to be a girl in class 1A that can go with the main character.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can argue Momo. Yeah, she was one of the recommendations along with Todoroki. Momo has to be useful. She would be useful if she just didn't give up in the middle of a fight. She literally gets so tired in the middle of everything. Oh no, she's using so much of her quirk, that's why she's tired. Bakugo's not tired. Todoroki's not tired. Why does she have to be tired? Like, why are the guys more ready to fight? Oh, they take it more seriously the more dire it is. They get more hype, and Momo just needs to rest. And yes, I keep saying I do love these girls. I love Jiro, I love Froppy, and yes, I respect that Ochako wants to be like number 13. She wants to be a support hero. Girls can be strong without needing to throw their fists around, yes. But does every girl in shonen anime need to be written as just support characters and healers? I'm just looking for a girl that can kick as much butt as the guys can, and be as important as them too. Like, it would be even more satisfying to see these powerful girls that also aren't there for fan service. Like, they don't need to do that to be powerful. I'm not really talking about like people like Mount Lady. Like, yes, she has to wear a skin tight suit, but so does All Might. Looking at you, Mirko. Like, yes, her quirk is a bunny, but do you know how often women and bunnies are paired together? Like, I cannot stress how mad and how conflicted I was when I went to the movie theaters to watch Two Heroes. There was a scene where our main cast, Class 1A, was surrounded by like evil robots. They all couldn't get away safely unless one person stayed behind to create some time for them to get away. No one wanted to do it until our girl Uraraka volunteered. Literally everyone was worried again, and she said, "Go on without me." Uraraka, yes, I was so hyped to see her kick some villain butt. Uraraka gets her moment. But then Bakugo comes and saves the day instead. Yay, Bakugo. But I don't know. My girl was about to do her thing. Come on. It's just what I've seen with shonen anime is that they either write them as they're basically a guy, they're basically a child that can't fend for themselves, or if they can fend themselves, they have to wear a bikini while doing.
I kind of agree her aspect, but I also kind of disagree in aspect. And another aspect is that writing female character in a shonen is actually kind of more difficult than writing in like other genre like mystery, crime, sci-fi. So that's why like you really should like look at female character as you look at other character too. Like just build them as a normal person. Like
I just want a feminine badass character who is as thought about as the guys. She doesn't need to drop her femininity to be as powerful. All the dudes get great backstories, solid.
That's the aspect that I'm talking about. Like when they build the female character, for some reason there's no backstory, there's no motivation, there's no strength, and there's no weakness.
Powers, and then all the girls literally just don't exist until the main character starts talking to them. No character defining backstory, no extra power that helps them keep up with them. Like, write my girls as actual people. But a few years has passed again, and newer generations of shonen anime are actually making moves. I just don't want to get my hopes up when I watch these newer shows. The moment they're useful, they fade to the background.
Yes.
Like, yes, we have Nobara and we have Maki. Both of them are really solid so far. But then again, the anime trio per se isn't as prominent in Jujutsu Kaisen. And yeah, Nobara had that great speech when fighting that witch girl. I was like, okay, I see you. I just hope that her character continues to grow. I hope that she stays as relevant because Uraraka, I'm sorry, you're as useful as Koda now. You're there to remind everyone that you like Deku. But also, other than Jujutsu Kaisen, we also have Demon Slayer. Nezuko is definitely a side character to these three boys. She's always there to help Tanjiro while he's fighting as well, which is really cool. Hi, Editor InaQ here. I just wanted to add, because I forgot to talk about it, is that Nezuko, beautiful, protect her. She is great, except for the fact that she's like basically a Pokemon. Like, she's as useful as Pikachu is. When Tanjiro needs her, Nezuko, I choose you. She comes out of the box, doesn't talk. She's basically a puppy. It's like, okay, useful, but like character-wise. And then the show introduced us to Shinobu, which is like, yes, a feminine, strong girl. Also side character, but she's also a good example. Progress in the shonen anime verse. Girls in combat, not just your healer. Women can fight too and not have their boobs pop out of the frame. Yes, finally. Yes. It's not just a majority of boys watching the show. It's also a lot of girls. Girls want a badass female in the spotlight. I want to be able to show my nieces anime and for them to identify with the girl on screen and be like, yes, she's great. And now by the looks of it, I'm glad it's moving forward.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been your boy Neonz. Goodbye.